Posted by you/Monica Rogers 099. AITA for walking out of my baby shower after MIL denied me food? Before I start, I'd like to say that I'm a bit of a big girl. No shame in that, I love myself just the way I am, and I have been living by the motto be you, everybody else is taken. Mill, DH's mom, always made comments about my weight. Ever since I got pregnant, she started making more comments while low-key shaming me for what I eat. Whenever I visit, she'd give me smaller plate, portion, cup, even spoons. She also buys me small size clothes even though I'm in my second trimester and those clothes don't fit. My sil decided to throw me a baby shower after my DH denied when my sister offered to throw me one. The whole side of my in-laws are invited. Mom refused to come after what DH said to my sister, another story for later. I got there and Mill was in charge of serving food to the guests. All that was served was cakes and juice. I got hungry from talking and I got up to eat some cake. The second I put my hand on the cake, Mill grabbed my arm and said that I'd gained enough weight already and that if I keep this up her son will not be happy living with a large walrus. I was shocked. I didn't know how to react, especially since she said this out loud. She looked at me in a sorry not sorry kind of way. I put the cake down and grabbed my stuff and started walking. Her daughter stopped me saying I can't leave mid-party and embarrass her like that. I told her to tell her mom to leave if she wanted me to stay, but she went off and said, "Are you crazy? She's my mom. You want me to kick her out in front of everybody?" I turned around and kept walking. I called mom to come pick me up and went home. DH came home looking furious. He asked me to explain what I did at the baby shower and why. I mentioned what his mom did, and he started ranting about how I fucked this up over something so minor. I told him it wasn't minor in my opinion since she literally cut me off food and didn't let me eat when I was hungry. He said that his mom meant well and that I needed to get rid of this easily offended mindset immediately before I pass it down to our son. He said that cakes are essential foods, and that this was not a good enough reason to walk out the baby shower that his mom and sister put a ton of money, time and effort into. He said that I had hours to call and fix things up, but I refused. I went to stay with my mom because he wouldn't stop pressuring me to call and apologize for what happened. He kept talking about how pissed and let down his mom and sister feel and called me ungrateful and spiteful for doing what I did. Am I overreacting here? More info. Lot of you asked what my DH said to my sister and what was the argument about. The answer is my sister is infertile. Has been for years. DH claimed that she's become obsessed with the baby simply just because she bought me stuff for the baby as gifts and wanted to throw me a baby shower. My sister is a great person and I have no doubt that she only did all that just because of how great she is/will be as an aunt. My DH keeps insisting there was something wrong with her which led to a fight between them, and he ended up calling her possessive witch. My mom kicked him out and my sister cut contact with him. The issue got worse with my Bill, her husband, arguing with DH as well. Now on to some comments. Posted by GJWTGF. NTA. So your own sister wasn't allowed to throw you a baby shower, which then caused your mom not to attend. Instead, your husband allowed his sister to throw one, where your Mill bullied you. Is he/his family trying to control you, isolate you from your family, or is this a once-off? Capitalist Pickle responded with, "Op needs to be careful, because that's exactly how it sounds. Please take caution Op, your situation with these people sounds extremely toxic and dangerous. Don't let your DH manipulate you into isolation from your family, because that's exactly what he's attempting to do. This is not a man you want to raise a child with." Posted by GOT is not over 77. NTA. Any man that would allow his mother to verbally abuse and deny his wife food and then gaslight and berate his wife for standing up for herself, is a massively abusive a hole. This is divorce territory now. Stay somewhere safe. Better yet, make him leave the house while divorce proceedings happen. All the best with the baby. Crazy Math 2022 responded with, "My sil decided to throw me a baby shower after my DH denied when my sister offered to throw me one. The whole side of my in-laws are invited. Mom refused to come after what DH said to my sister, another story for later." I feel there is more to the story, and I wonder why Op was okay that her husband put stop on baby shower her sister wanted to make. Info. Op, did your sister do something that offended you or your husband? Why you were okay with him not allowing your sister to throw a baby shower party? NTA for leaving your baby shower. Your Mill is out of her mind if she thinks refusing pregnant woman food is okay. And your husband too, he needs to be on your side of this. For God's sake, you are carrying his baby. If you can't get him on board, then you need to rethink this marriage, because he'll never be on your side, If he continues to behave like mommy's little boy. Good luck. Edit, I read the edit op put, husband gets extra red flags. Op you need think hard what your next move is, your husband and in-laws trying to take control over your life. Posted by goddess_calypso. NTA. But why are you with this man? Mill is downright toxic and in the very least your baby's father should be stepping in to defend you, not add to the BS. This is red flag city. If they are treating you like crap before the baby even comes, how do you think you will be treated after? They have absolutely no respect for you and are treating you like an incubator. After the baby comes you won't be able to do anything right and they will make you feel even worse about yourself. Worst of all, they will talk down to you in front of your son, so he will grow up thinking it's okay to treat you and others like that too. If I were you, I would GTFO. You have excellent self-love, don't let them take that from you, and protect your child from those people. Heaven forbid he gets a little pudgy as he grows up, because then he will be made to feel like he is less too. But he won't have built up the thick skin it takes to deal with them like you have, and what it does to him could be much worse. I grew up being called fat by my mother and developed an eating disorder that I still struggle with today. Global Frenchie responded with this. NTA and you should reevaluate your relationship with your husband. Is this what you want to continue to happen in the future, your DH always taking his mom's side when she's abusing you? Posted by Binky_Thunderputs. NTA. You're underreacting. Your husband's behavior is a huge red flag and based on the stories for another time, not the first one. Before you make any decisions, think about how your family reacted to DH at the very beginning. Did they warm to him immediately, or did they think you were making a mistake? Jansguy68 responded with, exactly. NTA presently but YDA moving forward if you do not address this immediately, for your own sake, as well as that of your baby and rest of your family. I am of the belief that the nuclear divorce option is offered too easily on AITA, but this one, who boy? Hubby, 1. Barred your sister from throwing a shower for her own sibling and, 2. Disparaged her in the process, 3. Lets his mom slur and humiliate you on a regular basis and, 4. Blames you for getting upset. Your husband is permanently latched onto your Mill's teats like an overgrown koala and does not give you the courtesy and respect he would owe to strangers, much less the devotion owed to a pregnant spouse. Build a transporter, learn translocation magic, getting a running start on a skateboard, whatever it takes to get the F out. Now on to the last story. Posted by you/realistictart2391. I recently attended a wedding and now the bride has been accusing me of destroying her big day. I am 17 years old, and the wedding it's for my dad's friend's daughter. One of her demands was for girls to be modest, simple color, and makeup. The request was okay to me because it was her event. The big day came, and I wore a satin sage dress, which is beautiful, but still modest, and for the makeup it was just some shimmery eyeshadow with some transparent gloss. During the wedding, the bride's mom suddenly asked to talk to me alone, which was weird, since she should have been talking to my dad instead. She brought me to the bride's dressing room, and it was awkward. The bride started to berate me for wearing the dress, saying I'm too flashy, I'm stealing her spotlight, and gave me the alternative to leave the wedding or wear a black dress who's double my size and remove my makeup. I refused, because the outfit the bride wanted me to wear would have been too bothersome for me to be pulling the dress all the time, plus my parents would be asking about my original dress. The bride started crying, and I told my parents everything she demanded, then they got angry at her. Because of it, they said they're not going to give any wedding money to her, which led to a fight between my dad and his friend. Today the bride sent me hateful messages saying I ruined her wedding. AITA? Now on to some comments. Posted by a little too everything. I had to look up sage green expecting it to be like a super flashy jewel green color. It's like old lettuce color. How can a color be more simple? I just don't see the problem. Sounds like she was just jealous that you looked nice in her proximity. NTA. Curious 14595 responded with, sage green is not flashy. But regardless, it is time to put an end to this bizarre custom of requesting that guests appear drab to emphasize the bride. That's toxic and ridiculous. If the bride needs this to feel good about herself, she needs more help than a bunch of willing victims in their ash gray ensembles and unvarnished faces can give. It's not a reasonable ask. It sets the wedding up for conflict and drama. Rather than showcasing the couple's love and commitment, it showcases the bride's pettiness and insecurity. NTA. Ugh. She ruined her own wedding. I get that even people who lack basic social skills get to get married, but FFS, were there no relatives to guide this bridezilla? Guests are not minions. Thank you for the awards. Posted by Classic City Matt. NTA. The Bridezilla ruined her own wedding. Jasper Jamboree responded with, just about to say this, her own insecurities ruined her own day, saw the Google pic of the dress and it looked beautiful and in no way inappropriate. I'm glad your parents ended up not giving any money to the bride after she accosted you. NTA. Electrical Date 3951 responded with, exactly. Imagine being a grown-ass 27-year-old adult woman who is getting married and picking a fight with a 17-year-old kid. If her wedding was ruined, it was 100% due to her poor behavior. NTA. Good on your parents for standing up to this woman on your behalf. Edit, I just saw the part where she is verbally abusing and calling Op a WHRE and a BCH. This woman is attacking a minor and sounds unhinged. I hope Op's parents share these messages with the bride's parents and her fiancé, and contact the police as this escalates. The groom needs to know exactly who he just married. Now on to some edits. Edit, I posted the messages and a similar dress on my profile smile. Edit 2, it was 32 degrees Celsius in an open area. Everyone was wearing short sleeve, strapless or slash and spaghetti strap. Edit 3, update, showed my parents the messages and now they're pressing charges. Last edit, please do not send me messages asking for my pics. I am not comfortable with it, so stop.